Good evening, everyone. Vanakkam. Thank you so much for joining. So, the topic today is do's and don'ts during a pandemic, and we have with us Akash here. Akash, very good evening.
Very good evening, man.
Yes, thank you so much, Akash. Probably this topic is as a need of the hour. So, what are the do's and don'ts that need to be followed? So,
Yes, man.
I guess it is time that you can take up the session, right?
Yeah. Thank you, man. So, good evening, everyone. So, present here for my webinar, and I hope everyone are safe and sound, and including your family members, your friends, relatives, everyone. So, on behalf of myself, on behalf of myself, I would like to wish everyone a safe and sound corona lockdown, so that everyone utilize this days in a very fruitful one. So, before going to the topic, I would like to start with a story. So, one day when the clock struck 10, was a man who was around 60 years. So he had his grandson. So when they were going for the bed, that is when they were going for the sleep, the grandfather just came up to his grandson and said that, sleep, my dear son, tomorrow the day is waiting for you. So immediately his grandson replied that, Grandpa, will you wake me by 6 o'clock? You are my alarm clock. So that was the reply given by that was the request made by the grandson to his grandfather. So immediately, grandfather replied that, yes, my dear child, don't worry, I will definitely wake you by 6 o'clock. So the next question which comes to the grandson is that he asked his grandpa, why do you wake up so early? And why are you saying that how strong is your alarm? That was the question put up by his grandchild. So the reply or the answer given by his grandfather is that he says that age is his reminder. Age is his alarm clock, and age is something which is making him to wake up slowly. So he explains that time is something which can time and tide are something which do not wait for none. So either why do you want to lose a second? I'm going to gain a second. I'm going to gain time. I'm here to gain my time so that I could live my old ages. So that was the answer given by the grandfather. So my dear friends, so this is what we are going to see today. That time is something which is invaluable, which cannot be valued anywhere. So instead of we saying that don't lose a second, why don't you gain a second? So in this talk, it is more than 100 days. We are all stuck in our home. We are all staying safe in our home. So why do you waste it? We can just do it in a we can just do it in a wonderful way where we can explore ourselves, where we can enjoy our life, and where we can make our journey, life journey, exploring a wonderful and a fruitful one. So the pandemic, the word pandemic is something is not about only about the coronavirus or the COVID-19, which is being in the prevailing situation. It generally tells about a disease or virus which spreads all over the country, all over the world. So coronavirus is something, one kind of pandemic which has shaken the whole world from the last December, where where our country, India, has been locked down for more than 100 days. So during this time, the reason why I took out this topic is, why do you waste a second? Why do you waste a second? Instead, we can gain a second, because we all know that time is something which is running out, and this 100 days are something which we are all being in our home. We are being locked in a single place. We are being with our friends, being with our family, which is the most wonderful thing in the world. And that is helping us to gain many seconds, which are helping us to shape ourselves. And in this session, we are going to see what are the things we can do in this lockdown, what are the things should be done in this lockdown, in this pandemic that is called pandemic. So time is something we all know that it's not wait for none. And yes, of course, as the saying goes that time and tide wait for no man. The same way, we have to live in a way, in such a way that we explore things in our life, we make our life a very, very valuable one. So, what are the things we can do in a pandemic? During a pandemic like this, for example, we can take the example of this coronavirus pandemic, where the whole world is shaken, the virus spread. So, what are the things we can do in this pandemic? So, there are many things the government of India or the World Health Organization has come up with. Like we have to maintain this social distancing, or we have to stay at home, stay connective, and in field of humanitarian where we can donate our blood and plasma. Plasma is something antibodies, that is protein that might help fight the infection. Those are recovered from COVID-19. Though these persons are very welcome to give this plasma donation. And next thing is of course use of PPE, personal protection equipment for those on the front line. That is the sanitizer workers, the doctors who are on the front line, saving our country, saving the whole world, saving the humanity from being washed out, and being of course washing our hands, cleaning, being hygienic. So this is the first time I would say that gentlemen and ladies that we are being on a hygienic scale for a longer time. Our India government of India has brought many schemes like Swachh Bharat also, but still considering that in this present situation only we are being on a larger scale. So these are the things which I have been shown to you: reducing panic buying of food, reduce panic buying of food. That is hawks. That is for something we are not hoarding of things. For example, we need only 10 kilo of atta, but instead we buy 20 kilo of atta, which we do not let others to buy. So that is called hoarding. So reducing the panic buying of food, maintaining social distance. So these are the things which all know that it's been spread out by the government of India or by the World Health Organization, or at least when we take off our phone, there comes a dialer tone which tells about COVID-19 that we have to be in a safe distance, we have to maintain distance, and we have to see the patients in a humanitarian way. So these are the things we all know that which is being talked all over the world in the present situation. But now in this webinar, I am going to tell about more different things on a more different scale based on my experience, where a person can explore himself, where a person can do something great, in this pandemic. So the first one is being like a kid. Yes, yes, gentlemen. There are I have seen many persons, many human saying that I want to be a kid again. Why? Because a kid is something who do not feel about stress or worries or just a smile being on his face. So that is the thing, gentlemen. In this pandemic, that is being in a home where we all been in a single place, helps us to focus on only one thing. That is having no stress, being as a kid again, and no worries at all. So being as a kid is a wonderful thing. The first thing which a human can do when he's being in a pandemic like this, where he's just stuck to a single place. He's been asked to stay in a single home. So the only thing he can do is he can be a kid again, because he has no worries, because everything has stopped. For example, if he has any exams coming up, if he has any conferences coming up, everything has stopped. So he knows that nothing can be done. He cannot go back to the time machine and change all the things so that everything changes around. So the only thing which he can do is relax, sit back, and enjoy the moment. So in the same way, he can be a kid again. And the next thing, of course, yes, being clean and hygienic. We all know that during our big days, we used to run. We used to run for making money. We used to run for mind satisfaction. We used to go and work. So doing this, we be in a hurry, take out all the things. So in that case, we do not be hygienic at all or do not clean our place. So this is a wonderful time where we can clean our whole place, where we can make a beautiful exhibition in our home. We can clean things, we can organize things in a better way. I could say that we could organize things in a wonderful way. We can keep ourselves clean. We can keep our surroundings clean so that it becomes very useful for the persons who are visiting it. The next thing is developing your hobbies. Yes, gentlemen. So the most wonderful things where a person can explore himself. Because at the start of the webinar, I came up with a story which tells about that time is something which we can gain it, which we can gain it. In that way, hobbies are something where you can explore yourself. Because this is one life, gentlemen, one life where it helps to explore yourself, where it helps to know who you are. So in that case, hobbies are something which will help you to spend the time in a better way. It can be anything. It can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be making notes, or it can be watching movies also. So anything. So being in a single place and sitting idle, just using the technology, does it mean that you're using your gaining your time? So doing it in a better way where your mind satisfaction be. So in my previous webinars also, in my various speeches also, I have come up with a general point that our mind is something which is the toughest thing to be satisfied. So satisfying your mind is something different in this present pandemic. So learning is something which is another thing of a human being. So I can connect this learning phase with inquisitive also. So inquisitiveness is something where you can learn things, where you have the thirst to learn, where you have the thirst to learn new things and thirst to learn new things, thirst to organize new things. So in that way, a person can learn new things. He can use it life in a different way. He can imagine a person who is just who wants to learn all the time. So in that case, he will be a learner always. He will be not only just learning, just don't take our perception to a single book or a group of book or a bundle of books where learning just confines to one thing, but it's something different from that. Where learning is something where we can learn it's just like cooking. Cooking is also learning. Writing a journal, where writing a journal is something a better view, a better idea where you can know about yourself. Right? You can write about your weakness. You can write about your plus. You can write about your things you wish to do. And the next one is yes, as I already told you, our mind is something which is the most unsatisfied one in the world. So to make you satisfied, just take a journal or take a note, just make a note making that this is what the things which I want to do. So after doing that, just have a break so that our mind becomes very happy and you will have the mind satisfaction. So that is what gentlemen, which is very, very needed now. And of course, the next one is the mental strength. Mental strength. So mental being having a mental strength is very, very important in this pandemic because at the start of the pandemic, many person were unhappy with the current situation that everyone were asked to use to place in a be in a single place where everyone was not used to before. So that thing brought a different mindset or that thing brought a different behavioral factor in individual person. So in that case, we have to keep our mind strong. So keep our mind strong. The one thing which can be do is be relaxed. So the most wonderful thing which is COVID-19 or this pandemic has helped us that being in a single place where we can enjoy ourselves, where we can learn things, that is, where we can be relaxed, where we can attain patience, where we can attain patience, and having our mental tough is something in which we can achieve anything. So only when you can control your mind, you can control your thoughts, and of course you can control his senses. So one a person who can control his thoughts, who can control his senses, the world is the one who has conquered himself. So only when you have conquered himself, conquer yourself, you are able to conquer anything in the world. And the next most important thing is writing journals or blogs. So if you are in a preparation mode, if you are a UPSC aspirant or anyone in the world, so anything, even can be for a newborn child or it can be for a old man or for a middle age, for any group of class, any class of groups of person, having a journal is something where you can know about yourself, where you can write down your plus, you can write down your minus, where you can write down the things which you want to achieve in your life. So having this kind of things will help you to know more about yourself. Having this kind of things which help you to know that these are the things which I want to. It generally be as a reminder. So these kind of things generally be as a reminder where it will help you to. It reminds you always that these are the things which you want to do. So having this kind of things will help you to be inquisitive always, having you to move forward in life. Because I have met many people who just simply say that I have done nothing in my life. I be simply sitting idle in my life, idle in my. So to remove that idleness, to remove that procrastination of work. That is saying that I would do the work later. So removing that kind of things, the most important thing which has to be done is writing a journal or writing a reminder card where it will make you pop up. The card will always make you pop up to say that you have to do this, you have to do this. Yes, that's what. The next one is being with family. Yes, yes, gentlemen, being with family is a wonderful thing and it is the most important one which is being needed at this hour because we have been running around here and there making money or making learning new things. But being with family with something which will make you to interact more with your parents, interact more with the relatives, interact more with your friends. So at the start of the session, I was saying that just during any kind of family, one can be a kid again. So being a kid means he can be with his parents, he can talk to them, he can share his experience. For example, if you are a newborn, if you are a parent, you can tell stories to your kid, or if you're or you can listen to your children, their ideas, their new things, because our generation is something different from the present generation. So you can share your generation experience, you can share the new ideas coming up, you can share the thoughts, and also you give up some space so that he be a more friend to you. So being a more friendly parent is something in which a child expresses himself more and his queries can be done, also his problems can be solved. So in that case, if you are a child, you can, if you are an aspirant, or if you are a well matured son in your family, you can tell your parents about what is happening in the world, what is the thing which you have faced, what is the different kind of experience you have faced, because in the present situation we the younger generation, we the youth of our country have been aspired to travel all over the world, has been gained a lot of experience than our past generation. So in that case, we can share experience, we can talk to them, because we are learning. Maybe there are many scholars, we have many persons who are doing their PhD or more than post graduation also. So in that case, they can share their experience. They can have a healthy relationship there with their parents. And not only that, I told you that living back like a kid. So it will help you to it help you to be with your family, play games like we have many family games like playing carom, board games, or playing cards. So, these things will help you to be away from your technology. Because in this current generation, there are many. Because yesterday also we had a session on handling smartphones, and today also many of them are having smartphones. That is why we are having going on. Many people are seeing this session on YouTube and also in this webinar also. So in that case, these kind of things, that is being with the family, that not only about talking, there are some kind of humor sense also, there are kinds of liveliness also, where we can play games with them. Board games can be cards or carom, because these are things which we used to play in our old days. So these kind of things will make you to be attached to them mentally and physically attached to them. And of course, having the mental effort, as I already told you, that having physical and mental toughness, mental fitness will make you be relaxed in this pandemic. So because our human is one race in the world where he used to move from one place to another every time. So in that case, having yourself placed in a single place for more than 100 days is a one great achievement. So that can be brought even more. That patience, because patience is something which will help you to conquer anything in the world. So having to have that, you have to relax your mind by, if you want to relax your mind, you have to begin bring up the practice of yoga and meditation. So of course, as a slide which has been in front of you tells about being a family. Yes, because in a family there are three kind of generation comes. That is three kinds of generation comes. So there can be many generation comes between them. They can share their thoughts, they can share their experience, they can share their ideas, and so having this, they can be easily mingle with each other, because in this digital world or the current world before this pandemic, I would say that everyone was running from here and there in search of their needs. But now everyone are made to stuck in a single place, so it will help them to engage with their family more. Yes, of course, a family time is something a person can do during a pandemic. And I already told you, family time is not about only chatting with friends. It's also having a board of games, a board of games of cards, a game of cards, a carom, or business or hand cricket. But you can live back to your 90s, or you can live back a kid again. You can be a kid again. You can have a enjoy, because sports is something which will bring about cooperation in life. So it will help you to be with your family. It will help you to enhance your cooperation with them. And not only sports, you can bring gardening. You can make a practice of gardening in your home, well from your waste. Because we all know that we have been buying plastics from one place. We have been buying for immaterially, we are buying plastic. So you can reuse the plastic for planting plants. In case of, you can do it for aquaponics. That method also you can do, or you can grow some kind of plant, because plants are something which will bring a sense of relaxation and sense of peacefulness to a person. Also, being having a plant in your home is something which will help you to fresh the air. It will help you to clean the air in the surroundings. So just try it. Those are the people who do not have a plant in your home. Just try having a plant in your home, where it will help you to rejoice your mind, where it will help you to have the chillness feel, because whenever shakes or whenever it gives you a feeling of air, it will help you to relax your mind and it will help you to move forward in life. It does not bring any kind of laziness in you. The next most important thing is learning a new recipe. That is learning the art of cooking. So learning the art of cooking is some one important thing where it will help you to explore more about yourself because cooking is something is an art where it will help you to explore more about you. It will test your patience level. It also takes the ability you have. That is, do you have the patience to cook or do you have the patience to judge that how much amount of salt or how much amount of sugar has to be put in for the recipe. So generally, people tend to make failures in their initial step, but failure is something which is the stepping stone for success. So having a because we all know that in this digital world there are many videos coming up, many videos coming in the YouTube, many videos will be coming up in the Facebook where people tell about how to cook this food and that food. So being in a pandemic, because we are for a family person or for anyone who is living in this pandemic, having a new kind of try in your recipe will help you to enjoy your mind because daily if you have the same kind of recipe, it will all bring up a sad mood on our face. So to overcome that, you can move to the kitchen or you can try a new recipe, or at least you can shoot your own recipe. You can bring out your own recipe from your style and put up in YouTube so that you can start your own channel and so that your own ideas are spread toward the world. Because these kind of social medias were brought up initially to connect with people to have a wide range of addressing a wide range of knowing each other. So in that case, you can start your own YouTube channels, or you can post your pictures, you can post your cooking recipes in your WhatsApp. Initially, normally we used to store many kinds of status. We used to put very kinds of stuff, but instead of that, if you do so, you are able to connect with people so that people come up and ask you how did you do that. So it will help you to exchange your thoughts and it will help you to exchange your ideas too. And yes, of course, trying out new recipes, as the picture says, that can be a dangerous to. I mean, can be dangerous. It can be funny also. But at the end of the day, if the result comes, it brings a sense of satisfaction over mind because our mind is something which is the hardest thing to be made satisfied. And of course, the online education. Yes, the last, not the last one. It is something where the current world is heading towards because we all know that there are many classes or many programs and many conferences were planned before which was well planned before the lockdown, but due to the COVID-19 lockdown, COVID pandemic, the things have been postponed. So, but still, we all know that we are human. We are not going to stop. Those people who are aiming for success or those people who are aiming for achievement in life always find some loopholes and try to achieve something. So in that case, people who came up with online classes. They came up with online webinars, online Zoom classes where made people to connect virtually. So online classes, the classes were held virtually. So in that case, a person can be anyone, not only the small children or the aspirants. It can be anyone who can go for the online course, or you can go for the online course given by various universities where you can enhance your learning level because learning is something which is continuous, which is very very continuous in the our life because there are many examples that even at the age of 99 a woman in Kerala was graduated from English. So in that case learning is a continuous process, so people can learn, they can learn anything, they can do a physical course also, not only from education background, they can do a course on life course or they can do a course on being happy. So there are many courses given by many universities that gives you an opportunity to learn in this pandemic also, where you are made to sit in a single place, and this has made proven that wherever you are there in the world you can learn things. So being a virtual world and being in a connective phase, it has the digital world has helped you to connect with things easily. And of course, the people who are working for technology, who are working from home, who are working for IT field. So the one thing which we have to make sure that we take care of our health because from round the clock, if you are with the technology, if you do not meet people at all, it will make your brain very tired. That it will lead to collapse of yourself. So in that case, you have to have a checklist on you, or you have to make a checklist with yourself that this is the time which I am going to be with the technology. Then after that, I should stop everything and be with my family, or just go out, or just go out and enjoy the fresh air. So these are the things which we have to keep in our mind. So being with the technology, because technology is something, is the one which human created, and human is the one who has to rule it. If the technology rules it, and definitely we are going to lose ourselves, gentlemen, both in the case of health and both in the case of well-being also. In the case of health, you know that it definitely affect the brain because the radiation which comes out, it will affect the eyes also. So in that case, we should be the one who rule out the technology. So to bring out that, to rule our thought process or to rule our senses, the one thing which can help is doing meditation, which I have brought in the previous slides also, where will help us to control ourselves. Because in this pandemic, initially we were very lethargic, and we were out of control. But now everything we are being used to it. So even to make it more useful and more, because only when you control yourself, when you have the self control, you'll have the ability to gain or achieve anything in the world. And I think, of course, in the books, we all know that books are something which is the best companion for a person. And there are many thoughts that if you have 100 books, it is the best friend also. So books is something which will tell you about many things in the world, which will tell you about the important things, which will tell you about best thing is in the world. So instead of going, I would suggest that instead of going for e-books, I would ask you to buy a book, because we have been in the present world, we have been spending too much of money for anything, everything. So you can go for online platforms where you can buy books and have it in your collections too. So whenever you feel bored, you just try to read some books. So books is something which will help you to enhance your knowledge, to help you to move from one place to another. It will help you to virtually move from one place to another. Just I will come up with the example. I have Atlas. Whenever I feel bored, just I just scroll the pages in Atlas or explore the country so that I visualize myself in being in that place, being in that river or being in that ocean, considering myself how it would be, how this map is showing like that. So that visual kind of thing is the one only that books can bring you up. So whenever you have books with you, you feel you are never idle, and it always helps you to. Or also when you buy some book, it also your mind will also poke you that you have spent money. Just open the book and read. Yeah, something interesting is there. So I would say that before going buying a book, have a review on that. If you like it, then go for the book. Because once you buy the book, you have to, because you have paid every penny for that. So don't waste on it. Yes, of course. The next one is your goals, achieving your goals. So there are many persons in your life who have been planned many things in your life at the start of the 2020. Everybody would have taken your journals or taken your diary, writing that this is the thing which I am going to make myself available in this 2020. So many things should have been written by yourself. But that's the same practice. Now also I request everyone to follow, because it will help you to always poke yourself. Also, writing goals and accomplishing it and having a tick mark on it will bring a sense of satisfaction in yourself. And also, it helps to improve yourself. The best thing this current pandemic can make ourselves is we can improve ourselves, we can improve our personality, we can have a physical and mental strength. So these are the things where you can achieve a goal. Because our goals is something, because we all know the time and tide wait for none. So if we just blame ourselves, blame everything for the COVID-19, that COVID-19 has stopped my examination and COVID-19 has stopped my preparation, at the end of the day, the COVID-19 is not going to be a loser. We are going to be a loser. So in that case, remember, time is something, it's a very precious one, and we have to gain every second. So in that case, only when you utilize it in a better way, you can be a successful man. Also, not only that, you can be a peaceful man. Only when you have satisfied your mind, you are a successful man, ladies. The next one is, of course, going through a camera roll, picking up your favorite events, talking to your children or talking to your friends or talking to your parents that see part. This is what the photo we have taken. This is what the photos we have or putting as a status or sharing with your friends, putting as a story in Instagram or Facebook, sharing with your friends or talking to them or calling your friends, calling your relatives, talking to them. Are you all okay? How are you? Is there everything fine? Is there anything you need to know? Is there anything you wanted? So if you ask like these questions to them, they would definitely feel home. Wherever they are outside the world, they would definitely feel home. So this is a wonderful thing, gentlemen, where our human race is something which always likes to connect with people. And this current technological world, that is the current pandemic or the current digital world, has helped to contact with people even who is staying in Arctic region or the Antarctic region. So whenever you feel time, just call your friends or make them feel relaxed or make them feel comfort that everything is okay. Yes, everything is fine, and I hope that everything is fine like that. Ask questions to them so that they feel very very happy. And going through your camera rolls, me going for your albums of the previous album, or maybe your marriage album, or maybe your wedding, maybe your engagement, or maybe your baby born, newborn baby's album. So it makes you to revive your childhood, or it makes you to be in that situation. Put yourself in this situation and feel the moment. So not only feel yourself, just tell to your parents or tell to your grandparents or tell to your son, daughter, tell to them that this is what I have felt and this is what thing is a wonderful thing. So go upon like this. And of course, I told you painting is something a human being. Because if I in my opinion, I would say that if my hobby is a painting, I'm just ready to try out a new skill. Because painting is something only by doing mistakes a great sculptor or great artist can evolve. And of course, the next most wonderful thing is buying gift for your loved ones for their birthday or for any special occasion or for any, because in this current pandemic, we all know that birthdays and many relative functions or many weddings have been celebrated without the presence of friends, families, and close ones also because of the pandemic. Many could not move from one place to another. So in that case, if you really love them, if you really want to be them, just send a small token of gift or token of love for them, or at least call them and speak to them, because that will make them feel close. Because during before this pandemic, wherever we were in the world, we would definitely go and talk to them. We will be with them. But in this current situation, just send them small gifts or anything so that would make them to feel happy and that would make them that you are with them. The most interesting next one is being with your pets, being with your pets, being with your family or being with your friends and talking with them. So pets are something which help you to relax your mind, and they also feel very happy whenever they see their owner, see their friend, because they have something which see their owner as their friend. So you talk to them because you definitely it will understand your language. So definitely it will understand you. They talk to them, enjoy their moment because they are the fifth sense animal which moves around freely. They have no stress at all. Like we have been working from day and night, we have been having our own, but they don't have anything. They're just one thing. They only thing which they want is they want to be with their owner very friendly. So be with your friends, be with your pets, and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the life with your pets. The next one is, of course, I was telling about the people who are working for online jobs. So people who are working from home on IT sector, just taking care of our health is one thing which we have to do these things during any pandemic, because we have been sitting continuously 8 to 9 hours in front of the system having the headsets or everything like that. So in that case, we have to take care of our health because the amount of radiation is goes in. So in my suggestion, I would say that we have to use a protective gear, or at least after the session, just close everything and be with your family. Go out and be enjoy the air or be with the sun for few time. And of course, the next one we have to do is the most important one, that is, we have to respect the patients who have been admitted as a COVID-19 victim, or if your neighbors or if your friends, anyone shows us signs of COVID-19, just ask them to report to the officials so that it will not spread. It will not only helping your friend but also helping the society. So whenever your friends or whenever your family or even your family members are having a sign of this pandemic or sign of some COVID-19 or coronavirus, just ask them to report to the government officials so that they would take care of him and make them recovery fast. Only if we procrastinate it, only if we do not mind it, it will lead to a very big problem in the future. And of course, this the most wonderful thing which I have in my PDF is that people always want us to stay at home. So staying at home. So these all the things can be done only by staying at home. So staying at home will bring us a wonderful thing that a peaceful mind would come, and also it will help us to follow all the things which are shared in this PowerPoint presentation. Where I told you about being in home, which will make us to connect with people, will make us to explore ourselves more, to make us to develop us more. So before the start of session, we are talking about the doctors and the sanitizers workers who are working day and night for us to save this world from this pandemic. So our duty, our best duty is that we stay at home and we will not spread the virus. And next one is having a healthy food. So having healthy food is also a wonderful thing because I have seen many people who just go for work in the early in the morning, skipping the breakfast, or coming late in the night and having dinner at irregular times, or going for the hotels having junk foods. So like that. So in that case, now having this being in this pandemic, everyone is safe at home. Everyone are at home. So in that time, we can cook our own food, can cook healthy foods which boost our immunity and which we can have the food where where we were longing to have. So in that case, we can have a healthy food. We can have food cooked by a mother, or you can. When I was talking about cooking, the hobby of cooking, you can cook your own food. So you can see the YouTube, or you can see the recipe book. You can try your own book, own cooking, and you can have your food. So having a good food is something which we can do in this pandemic level. And the next one is staying at home, as I told you. So it is one thing. So all these things can be done only by staying home. And the next one is the things we are going to see about the things which we don't want to do this, which we don't want to do, which do not want to do during a pandemic. So the first one is we all know that avoiding a crowded place is we all know this avoiding a crowded place is something where the chance of committing the virus is more. So avoiding a crowded place. And the next one be but we can stay in home. We can stay in home, talk to our loved ones, and that is the thing which we can do in a pandemic situation. Next one is no handshakes or having a hug during a crowd place or visiting people. Having a wearing a mask is something we have to do, but having a namaste or handshake, we have to avoid a handshake during a pandemic like this. And this picture actually speaks of what we do not have to do. So having a hand hug and also a handshake is forbidden during a pandemic like this. And of course, taking up medicines without the doctor's prescription. So this is the most bad thing which a person should not follow during a pandemic, because even he can have the sign of the pandemic, he should visit the doctor. Or even if he do not have the sign of pandemic also, if he feels that he's not well, he should visit the doctor. Instead, he should not go to the medical shop, and he should buy his medicine without the doctor's prescription. So in that case, you have to visit the doctor. You can have, because having a medicine like this which will move to create some mutation in our body, and it can lead to some other virus. So in that case, we have to be very careful. And the most important thing is travel. So there are many persons in this webinar also who are always wish to travel around the world, or wish to explore the things, or wish to exploring the values, or exploring the places. So the best thing which we can do is stay in a single place. And of course, when we are talking about the atlas, so if you wish to travel somewhere in the around the world, just plan in your notebook, put on your journal, and keep it up, because one day the lockdown will get over, and definitely we will step out of our home. So in that case, and that time we can travel around the world. And the present situation is that we have to avoid the risk of traveling. Traveling is not something you are going from one place to longer place. It can be from one our home to even to a nearby shop. So in that case, not that everyone from our home moves out, only one or two persons can go up and buy things for our home. So that is the one thing which you have to do during a pandemic, that you have to avoid traveling. And this is one thing which I would have to say, that having a good sleep. So having a good sleep is a must during a pandemic. So it will help you to enhance your body, help you to rejoin your bones, rejoin your mind, and regenerate your mind. So this is one thing which we have to do during a pandemic, having a good sleep, because there are many persons who are not having good sleep because of having using the technology, which will definitely help, definitely affect our eyes, definitely affect our body because the amount of radiation is going in. So in that case, having a good sleep is a very very must during a pandemic, and also it help us to develop ourselves, develop our muscles, or develop our physical strength also. So these are the things which we have to follow during a pandemic. So the last but not the least, life is a journey to be experienced, not as problems to be solved. Yes, definitely, gentlemen and ladies, life is something which is to be experienced always, not a problem to be solved. So this situation also we should not see as a problem. We can see it as experience. Yes, what we will do instead of saying that this is a problem, everything, if you blame the coronavirus or the pandemic that everything has happened because of the corona, if you keep on blaming, at one day we are going to be the loser. Definitely, gentlemen, at one particular day we are going to be loser. So to avoid that, we have to see it as experience and we have to see a solution. Or instead of that, we have to see a loophole where we can enjoy ourselves. So that's the things which I have been shared to you for the past 45 minutes, where I told you about that even in this situation, what are the things which we can do? What are the areas which we can concentrate to keep ourselves fresh and healthy, where we can be happy always. So these are the things which I have brought out. So instead of seeing this as a problematic one, just see this as an experience. See this as an opportunity to be happy, where you can be at home, where you can be with your parents, be with your friends, be with yourself, where you can be with yourself, be with a single place. Being a single place is a wonderful thing where we can sit and conquer the whole world because the world is like that. The technology has brought up things like that. And with that, I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. And I again wish that everyone are safe and be connected always and be happy always. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akash. And people, we are open for questions. So if you have any questions, you can just go on asking the questions there in the comment, or you are welcome for a discussion also. Okay, Akash, I guess there are no patients, and
Yes, ma'am.
there happens to be probably a comment also. So we have answered almost all the questions of do's and don'ts. So there has been no queries also. Thank you so much, Akash, for going on with a good presentation and also a good explanation for the participants as
Thank you,
well
man.
as the.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity also.
Thank you so much, Akash. Thank you so much, people, for joining with us today. So we'll be joining for another one of webinar session tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Since it is a Sunday, it's going to be 11 o'clock. So stay with us tomorrow morning by 11 o'clock. So until then, bye. Good night.